I hear crickets. I don't know if the microphone picks them up. As I begin this recording, this channel is at 502 subscribers in a little over 24 hours. It's an honor. It's an honor that many people would migrate here from the other channel, where the other channel, as I start this recording, is at 9,893 subscribers. So 107 subscribers away from the 10,000 subscriber mark in, today is Saturday, 3.5 weeks. So next Tuesday will be 4 weeks, the end of 4 weeks. 10,000. So this is kind of what I want to talk about tonight is timing, I guess. It is a bizarre experience for me to go from isolation, and I don't just mean isolation of the last year and a half of lockdowns and just being shut up inside and cut off from all your friends that you used to hang out with in the neighborhood. And it's like, haven't been to a neighborhood function in a year and a half. I don't just mean isolation in that regard. I mean, this neighborhood that I live in is deep, dark blue. I do not talk politics with anyone in my life, except a few select friends, some that have moved out of state to escape. But I have a good friend, one that I would consider one of my best friends in the neighborhood, who lives real close to where I am right now, that if he had any idea of my political leanings, he would probably cut me off, because he cut another friend off, a guy he knew longer than me, when I was like Black Lives Matter riots or something, and this other guy's a law enforcement type, and they started talking, and it's just, some people can't have a rational civil discussion. They just cut you off. So doing this, I'm risking all that. There's someone here watching this that is in this community. I've told no one about this channel. No one. My wife knows I have a couple YouTube channels. She's like, just get a job, make some money. She doesn't care. But somebody in my world found my other channel, dropped some hints, and I'm like, uh-oh, my secret is out. It's weird. It's weird that I went from isolation to having, suddenly, in less than a month, thousands of people watching whatever things I say. I had a video go skyrocket to 23,000, 24,000 views that I posted it, I don't know, just a few hours ago. It's like, okay, I've stumbled into like the timing of everything, starting my channel and talking about the subject matter and different things happening and people searching and finding me instead of who they were looking for. And just all this chain of events. I don't believe in accidents. I don't believe in coincidence. And I made my decision to start my channel when I did, and that was the day the Media Matters hit piece came out, and and 3 top channels got deleted, like the day I started that channel. And people started looking for them, and I was talking about them, and they found me and said, this guy's talking about the same thing. And I just like, and here I am at 10,000, about 10,000. So it's, and not just thousands of people listening to those, but you people, hundreds that in a day came to this channel to hear what I have to say. It is humbling and an honor. And I have a lot of plans. Not all plans work out, not all plans are perfect, but what's the expression? Fail to plan, plan to fail. I'm dead serious about Gideon's army. Obviously it's a metaphor, but not. Right? In Gideon's day, they needed swords and, fire pots and the surprise attack and fear to instill in the dark encampment of their enemies. It just it was brilliant strategy. The world is very different now, but if I disclose to you all the ideas and plans that I have and the logic that led me there and what I think the ultimate outcome would be, a bunch of you would say, yeah, you're nuts. So it will just unfold gradually. I'm going to do another video here on this channel only. I'll post it after this one, and it'll be marching orders. Gideon's army marching orders. But to those, I think there's 2 people, maybe more, that know who I am, that are in my life, that have found this channel. And I say to you, I assume you have I shouldn't assume anything. I could be outed and become the pariah of the neighborhood. I am networked into a very elite group of people. All right, so quick backstory of, I'm not going to tell you where I am, or I'm going to keep as many of these details. So, got my foot in the door in Hollywood, commuted from where I was living with my in-laws, commuted for a year, and it was about, on average, a 3.5 to 4 hour commute. Not each way, but total commute. 3.5 to 4 hours, sometimes 5 hours commute. But I was working in Hollywood. I'm like, oh my gosh. So after a year of that, I stayed employed and was moving up. I'm like, okay, we need to find a better place to live so I don't have to do this drive. And we searched for like 3 months all over the LA basin. And my wife would like some places that I would hate, and I would like some places that she would hate. And then we stumbled into paradise. Freaking heaven on earth. And we found a place at like 30% below market. 30% below market. It was a unit that was a 4-plex. The guy had just bought the place from the previous owner, and he had filled 3 of the units, and 1 unit he just trying to get filled by the end of the month or something. And we didn't know at the time. It was like, oh, wow, okay, we can afford this. We lived there 9 years, and in those 9 years, we raised 3 children in the school system of one of the most incredibly, just like elite neighborhoods. So my wife, a PTA mom, just very generous and friendly and self-sacrificial, and people just gravitate to her and love her. And so people started falling in love with my wife. She has these deep relationships in this community, and I was working my butt off, so nobody even knew I existed. Literally, they thought she was a single mom, too embarrassed to admit that she was single. I was working my butt off. And then, like 7 years in, something like that, 6, 7 years in, she's like, you need to come to the parent party. I'm like, parent party? What's that? Oh, the elementary school, they have a parent party every year. I'm like, fine. So I go to this party, and it's like this freaking $1 million mansion with these incredible people that all have these amazing careers, and I'm being introduced as so-and-so's husband. And they're joking that, there's somebody that calls me the rent-a-husband. Like, they didn't believe I was really her husband. And here's the thing. These are like old relationships to her at the time. And it's like, suddenly I'm the new guy on the block. Yet they embraced me. They just... It's something most people never experience, but some people totally get. Belonging in a community, in a neighborhood. Right here we're in Southern California, LA. It's like so spread out. It's just like, how do you find that? And we just stumbled into an actual community where people look out for each other. I heard a statistic one time. It essentially was determining how healthy your community is. The community that you're a part of. How healthy is your community? And there was one question. What's the number of people that you could call at 3 a.m. to come take care of your kids for you in an emergency? Right? Think in your head how many people you can call right now or at 3 o'clock in the morning in an emergency that you would trust with your children. The higher that number is, the healthier your community is. And I went, oh my gosh, 60? Most people it's like 5 to 10. Literally, and that's probably on the low end, the community that we're in. And so I've always felt like an outsider because these are my wife's friends and my wife's friends' husbands, yet the husbands all totally embrace me. And so it's been an honor to be in this community. But I don't talk politics at all. I know a couple of them that I probably could, but when you're in that setting, you can't. You don't know. It's a huge risk. It's crazy how triggered some people get. Triggered. It's like social engineering, right? And those are the people I love the most. So, all right, that's real transparent. I'm not going to go into more detail on that, but let me just say I'm putting it all at risk. I know a time will come when somebody who's opposed, like there's people in here that know me from this community that I don't know who they are. They've just dropped hints in the comment section. But maybe somebody else in this community has discovered this, that is appalled and is spreading rumors or the gossip, like, oh my gosh, Michael is doing this. So any of those haters that are like, this guy's just in it for the money. When I put my whole world at risk, I believe God is in control. A couple things before I sign off. I'm gonna disable the comments on the other channel tonight. I'm gonna disable them. I'll do a video announcing it. I'm gonna leave the comments on here. I'm disabling them over there. I'm under review right now, hoping to get monetized. I can get monetized like that, or not. Right? If they come back and say rejected, then But I got a plan to monetize my other channels and maybe start a separate one. Oh, we'll see. What else was I going to say? Well, if I can't think of it, it must not be important. Thank you. Oh, the other thing I was going to say, I already did remember it. I am going to do my best to resist recording on Sundays. I'll post a couple videos, but I'm not going to record. I'm not going to work on Sundays. Well, I think I'm going to do 2 videos tonight that I will post tomorrow. That's just a discipline I want to stick to. I failed last week. I think I'm going to succeed this week. All right. Love you guys. I'm serious. Thank you for coming on this adventure with me. Let's see where it goes.